So 2 years ago I ran 3:30 at Milton Keynes. Last year I ran 3:17 in Manchester. But after some significant progress over the past 12 months, I set an A goal of 2:45. Marathon's not my distance. I'm much better at shorter stuff comparatively. But on the day, it went really well. I went out for about 2:42, 2:43. I felt strong at the halfway point. Everything seemed to be going well, even with the heat. I felt good. About mile 20, nothing was wrong with breathing or anything. I tried to push on, but I just couldn't cope with maybe it was dehydration, maybe it was the heat in the end got to me, or the lack of conditioning, not proper conditioning. I started cramping up. I had to pull up 2 or 3 times to stretch out the cramp, and in the end it just became a case of kind of hold on for the A goal, which ended up being 2:45.41. So I was more than happy with that, because I had 2:45 in it. I'd already decided in the build up that marathon's not my distance. As soon as I get to trying to train beyond 18 miles, I start getting niggles, and it's just not worth it. If your body's not designed for a distance, why would you force yourself through it? However, you only get one life, and most people who run won't ever get a good for age, and a good for age only lasts for about a year. So I can't be disrespectful to marathoners, and I can't be disrespectful to myself. You never know what's going to happen in the future. So Boston 2026, obviously got to apply. I'm well within the range of good for age, so I'd be very unlucky not to get on this year. And then if that goes well, good for age again, 2027 in London. Just one marathon a year, innit? The rest of the time I can just try and go fast.
Manchester Marathon 2025. Where do we even start? I know. The weather, it was too hot for me. Goal going into it was sub 3, as we've documented. Stood on the start line, sweating, too hot. Wasn't happening. Knew it wasn't happening. Decided to still go out around the goal pace, and made the decision that as soon as it was feeling too tough, we're just going to slow down, chill out, run to feel, basically feel like we were going to jog it in. After knowing before 10k that goal time was gone, I decided that I was going to go for B goal, which was to run a second fastest marathon, which we were looking for a 3:06 or under, so 6 minutes slower than goal pace. I went through halfway in about 1:32.5, I think it was, maybe 1:33. Knew then I wasn't going to get any faster, wasn't going to hold that pace, so it was a decision made of enjoy it. Past few marathons I've done to enjoy, ran with other people, so what I decided to do was speak to the crowd, say thank you to everybody who were cheering, who were clapping. Know from experience of doing enough of them now that crowds engage with you if you engage with them, and I knew it would help me if I got people to cheer for me, say well done. So every time I went past somebody that were clapping, I looked at them and said thank you, even though they're not generally just clapping at me, they do it for supporting everybody. And enough times people then could see my name on my number and said well done James. Every time it got to crowded parts of the course, I was raising my arms, telling the crowd to get louder, which they did, which made me run too fast. Heart rate was spiking. It was good fun though, and I hope it helped everybody else who was around me at the time. People could have been getting sick of me for shouting, cheering, but it was good. I had good fun. Disappointed with the time that I ran, 3:10.22. Still a decent time, 3rd fastest ever marathon. Know I've got more in me. Didn't feel like on the day that I had done enough anyway in training. What I'd learned to realise is that too many easy runs easy. Not enough bridging the gap between easy and marathon pace. So it's a big lesson that I've learnt for going forwards. I just need to do more steady runs, a bit faster than just easy. I think that's going to be the key for moving forwards. Besides that, everything else on the day, enjoyable. It was a good 16 weeks of training, decent mileage. a lot of training partners along the way, a lot of people ran with. Really lucky to have a good group of people. Trodanis, the boys up the tempo, everybody else who runs with us, supports us. It was remembering when it was long and struggling towards the end of just having the motivation to go through, that it was a celebration for everybody else as well as me for the time we spent training together. Rambled on a bit too much now, don't know what else to say. There we go, up the tempo.
In 2023 I ran a 4:14 marathon. This was about 2 months out. I had a massive RT band injury. I did have a goal of sub 4 that year, but it wasn't to be. Then in 2024 I ran in 3:43, which was for then a massive achievement. And target was sub 4. Training went okay, didn't do overly a lot of miles in training, and mixed with a little bit of football as well, so it worked fully. Running, majority of the runs, well pretty much all the runs, was easy runs, no speed specific training. And then this year I've done 3:27.40, massively upped my miles, doubled almost, well over double. A lot of speed sessions, tempo sessions. I joined the club, which was vital to achieve the result I did. On the day, started very strong. I did manage about 17 miles ahead of target. Half marathon was 1:38, which was a 3-minute PB. So we were going good. But around that point, I checked my blood sugars and I realised we were reading HR. So at this point, I was like, oh God, this ain't good. We need to get these down. So I carried on. I had to stop fuel at this point. I couldn't take any fuel on because this would make it even worse, and there was no sign of them coming down. And what this does, it makes you even more dehydrated. So running in 18-20 degrees and being dehydrated from the blood sugars weren't ideal. But we carried on and I managed to get some insulin at mile 21, which helped. But again, couldn't take any more fuel on board, which didn't help things. So we slowed up, we started to cramp up badly at around 20 miles and in. So cramping, stopping every so often. It weren't brilliant, but it was good to have all the support from friends and family on the day. I know I can beat 3:20. Coming into this year, I knew it had to be perfect conditions. Like I say, I was on for 3:20, but the heat was just unbearable, and it just wasn't to be. But going on forwards this year, focus on the 5k and 10k, which definitely need work on. So I also had a 10k PB in the marathon, which shouldn't be happening really. So 5ks and 10ks, and then we'll be back for more next year. Hopefully London, maybe go overseas somewhere, look at Valencia or not Ibiza, because it's got ridiculous climb, but we are looking abroad possibly.
So yeah, Sunday the marathon, massive eye opener. It was definitely an experience. Started off going out goal pace, soon realised I wasn't going to be there. I think probably after first half marathon, well half of it, soon realised it was going to be a big struggle. Time went down and towards 22 miles started cramping up, crashed out, but it's one of them. Go again. Got it booked for next year, so best way to get back over it is get another one booked. Looking forward to much more training to come. So buzzing. Get yourself booked on, get as much training as you can done. One thing I wish I'd done is more miles. I felt so confident going into it, but it just shows the more you put in, more effort you put in, the more you get out of it. So absolutely sign up, but know what you're signing up for.